What's going on, guys? It's Maddie here from DCLblogger.com, and in this video I wanted to go through some features that are coming out that should make NFT trading for Decentraland, CryptoKitties, Axie Infinity, other NFT projects a lot more easier. And as specifically a Decentraland land trader, these are really important for me and a lot of the community, because currently we've been doing deals, private deals over the, just manually sending parcels or money directly to each other's address, and it's always risky because someone has to send the assets first, so that person is always taking that risk. And historically it's always been the person that's buying, they're the ones that send the money first, and if the land seller decides to cancel it, to scam you and not send the land, then you lose the mana that you sent. So anyway, there's a couple of new features that have come out that are really interesting. There's 3 in particular, and I'm going to go through them in this video. So first of all, I'm going to go through this one over here. So Decentraland are working on a bid contract, which is going to be like an offer system. So this feature has been requested for multiple times previously, where we can make an offer on a parcel and the parcel owner can see that in his in his profile, and if he accepts the offer, then the trade goes through. And that's really cool if that feature were to exist. But previously we've heard feedback that it's a little bit complicated to implement, but now that the auction and everything has finished, it's great for Decentraland to work on increasing liquidity and adding features such as this. So for example, let's just say that for this specific estate, I don't want to buy it for 700,000 mana that it's listed at, but maybe I'll buy it for 450, maybe 600,000 mana, right? So I can actually make an offer on this parcel. Obviously, once that feature comes out, I'll be able to make an offer for, say, 500,000 mana. And this guy, he might want to sell it for 500,000 mana. Currently, you can see there's no real way to contact him. He doesn't have his contact details in this description. I haven't really checked the wallet, but let's just assume that in his wallet he doesn't really have any of his contact details in any other parcels. I don't know him from Discord. I don't know him from any other platform. So there's no real way for me to contact this person. But the Decentraland marketplace, and there's just so much land here, guys, that is priced in a way that's not really that competitive, but can see them move, right? 13 parcels at 884,000 mana. That's like 70,000 mana per parcel. 60,000, 65,000 mana per parcel. It's quite expensive for that area, and you can see my one's a little bit closer, and it's a lot less than that, and it still hasn't sold. But you never know, if someone would have offer something to this owner, then they may take the deal. And it's really good because at this point, market liquidity is really important. The more lands that can move to people's from people that don't really do much with it to someone that does, whether they relist it and trade it on the marketplace, whether they build it or rent it. We want active addresses in Decentraland or all NFT projects. So the more we can kind of bring it from non-active addresses to more active ones, the better they'll be. There's plenty of land that needs to move, so it'll be really awesome. It's interesting. I'm going to be curious to see what the extent of this bidding feature, whether it's going to be just for parcels or lands that are currently for sale, or it's also going to be for lands that is not for sale. So for example, this estate over here, it's not for sale, but will I be able to make an offer? Will I be able to say, hey, I'll buy this off you for 300,000 mana or something like that? So that will be really interesting to see. So that Decentraland are currently working on that. You can see the GitHub page exists. They are doing work in that area, and it's been mentioned that they're going to be releasing this feature and a few more features that are going to be coming out to assist traders or improve the marketplace as a whole. Another really cool feature that I would like to show you guys is with OpenSea, and they made this feature based on some feedback from us, so specifically made it for Decentraland traders. So OpenSea have introduced a really cool private trading feature for traders like us that want to do deals off the marketplace. So for example, if I want to sell this land specifically, so for example, say this land over here, someone has negotiated a price with me, and I've agreed to sell this for 8,000 mana for whatever reason, okay? Now if I list this on for 8,000 mana on the marketplace, you better believe it's going to move fast, okay? It's going to go real quick, and someone else is going to pick it up. But they've introduced, so OpenSea have introduced a way so I can lock the person this person that's on the other end of the trade, I can make it so that only their wallet address will be accepted within the contract. Okay, a really cool way to do that, you just go sell, keep this as fixed price, convert this to mana. So say this is the item that I'm selling, land at 116-19, that's the coordinates. Say I want to sell it for 8,000 mana. I want a private listing. All I do here is paste the buyer address, so the person that I've agreed to do the deal with, and post my listing. And that's it. And then I can show them, send them over to the link. They can click it and they can go on and make that purchase. And the really cool thing is you can also do bundles. So for example, if I want to do this, this, and this, so 3 or 4 items selected, so the one I selected previously, all 4 of these, if I want to sell all of these at a fixed price, again, mana, again, let's say 4 times 8,000 is 32,000. I've agreed to a deal of 32,000 for these 4 parcels. Again, I can enable private deal and then say and specify only one address. So now, again, when I give that link to someone and that the address matches with their MetaMask or whatever wallet they're using, they can go ahead and make that purchase. And there you go. It's a private transaction. It's not available for anyone to do. Really interesting feature because we need it. It's very risky right now to make these deals. Someone always has to send their assets first, and it's always that risk you have to take. And that's, I guess, the whole reason blockchain exists, is to allow all these transactions to occur. So that's that one. And then thirdly, last but definitely not least, is BoxSwap. Came across this a couple of days ago. Really interesting tool. What you can do is trade directly with 2 different NFT items. You can trade, or you can even sell it. So for example, if I want to sell this crypto kitty for, let's just copy this so I don't lose it. It's the ID of my Axie. But say for example, I want to sell this crypto kitty in mana for 50 mana. Okay. Again, I can make it I can lock it to this address, or I can keep it open, and then I can go create and sign order. And that means that I'm making a contract so that this crypto kitty, I'll accept 50 mana for it, for either anyone that's willing to buy it or this specific taker address. And again, that's really, really cool. And you can do one with, you can do a direct swap with an asset. So for example, an Axie Infinity, or even an estate. So if I go to Decentraland estate, they're still working on individual parcels because it's a little bit more complicated, but you can do an estate. So for example, estate 200. I don't think it's going to appear, but again, I can say, all right, I'll trade this crypto kitty for this estate. If you go back to Axie Infinity, and it's a very new platform, so they're evolving slowly, but it's kind of solving a need that it really needs to be solved. So whatever token ID you put here, it's going to generate that image over here, right? So if I say token ID 600, it's going to find Axie Infinity with this token ID and it's going to put it over here. So you always know what you're trading. And then when you, again, create and sign order, and then you send the person, I believe you send the person the JSON address or the link, and then they can make that transaction, and you can trade assets with each other. So just really quickly, I wanted to go through this, play around with each one of the tools. They are needed and they are interesting. Really cool to see developers come out and in this space, working towards pushing adoption in the NFT gaming space. I really truly believe that NFTs and the gaming part of blockchain really solves a big issue in the gaming world, which is asset ownership, trading 100%, kind of knowing where your assets are and where your money is being spent. Like it's just stupid nowadays, especially as a blockchain investor, to put lots of money in games that they have the complete authority to say, hey, look, you know, you've been banned, you're going to lose all these assets that you've spent $5,000, $10,000 in acquiring just because you've been banned. But in this sense, you own the tokens, you have 100% ownership, you can trade it with someone else. The marketplace is more controlled by the people. So anyway, I just wanted to summarize these a few different projects out there. Really cool to see. I'm really very excited for 2019 and in the direction this will go in terms of adoption within the gaming blockchain NFT space.